I'm actually so bored. It's been like only like 3 days since I uploaded. Let's go to Netflix. What do we watch? What do we watch? What do we watch? Wait. Death Note. That was well, I got free time.
Wait,
we'll start.
On the off chance Kira, I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding and I will eliminate you. I am justice. The Shinigami. It was good while it lasted. We eased each other's boredom for quite a while. Well, Light, it's been interesting.
What? An anime? Can be this good? What? This doesn't make any sense. Wait, how? Animes are supposed to be trash. This doesn't make any sense. Unless...
Holy fuck! my bad, sorry. Holy frick, Death Note is good. Death Note, in my opinion, follows the 3 steps of creative writing so extremely well. The first rule, and the most obvious rule, is setup. Introduce the characters, introduce the relationships, and introduce the world they live in. Early on in a show, there has to be this moment called the inciting incident. Now, the inciting incident is the moment that sets the story in full motion. And that moment extremely excelled in Death Note. I haven't seen characters this well written and actually smart in such a long time. So it was extremely refreshing to see 2 characters put side by side, and Light and L being how well written they are and being so well opposed against each other. There hasn't been a rivalry since, I don't even know, I'll put whatever one comes on mind. But it's been so long to where I've been like, oh my god, what the shit? This is actually amazing. The confrontation. The moment where L goes to Light's school and he's like, yo, by the way, I'm L. But honestly, I think what makes the show so great is that the story never stops moving. The story changes repeatedly every episode. Because the story jumps around so many places, you never get bored. You're honestly more intrigued as the episodes go on. When episode 3 played, that's where I knew, yeah, this show is amazing. And then we get to episode 7 and I'm just like amazed. Like, I'm looking at glistening jewels, bro. And then you get to like episode 10 when L tells Light that he's L, and then you continue more and more, and then you meet Misa and the second Shinigami, and then it's so good. Honestly, mentioning the Death Note, I haven't seen a premise this interesting, and I keep saying this, in forever. I love that the concept of the Death Note can bring up such an interesting conversation of like, what would you do with a Death Note? Would you actually use it? Especially knowing the consequences of risking an afterlife, of risking potentially just getting caught by the police. It honestly brings up such a curious question and raises an essential question and a conversation that I think just makes it very entertaining throughout the entire show. Because you have these 2 different ideologies of like, no, I'm just trying to make a new world. I want to make it better. I want to control it. And then you have the second ideology of like, no, you're just a mass serial killer. What are you talking about? Cause 1 second you believe, oh my god, we know Ryuzaki's real name. Let me call Misa, let me get it. And then L pulls out the phone. And then you just sit there like, what? Now, an interesting thing about Death Note is that there are kind of two resolutions, because the first resolution comes in episode 25 when unfortunately L dies, and you're kind of sitting there like, so wait, what happens now? So I guess Light just wins, right? Is that just over? And then the show takes like a bold approach that frankly I'm not on par with. Like I don't like the idea, not that it's bad, I just don't get why it was done. So we get introduced to two characters named Nier and Mello, and they come from the same orphanage as Light and, or sorry, L, what the fuck. And they're meant to be like the predecessors of L, and kind of if L were to ever die, they would take his place. And you're kind of just sitting there like, why though? Cause yeah, okay, L dies and the show just carries on with Nier in L's place. And you're just sitting there like, but why couldn't we just continue with L? We would literally have the same outcome. And I think that's what makes it rough through the second half, because then you get from episode 25 to 37, you're kind of sitting there like the show doesn't drag on, the show doesn't get bad by any means. The show is still good throughout those episodes, but it's definitely not as strong as that first half because of how good Light and L's kind of relationship and rivalry was throughout the episodes. But then you get to episode 37, and episode 37 is so fucking good. I honestly thought that the finale of this show was gonna be the most basic ass, just like,
yeah, I'm the ruler of this new world, ah!
But no. It was never Light or L's story to begin with. The show started with Ryuk being, I'm bored. I am so bored. I want to be entertained. So it had to obviously end with Ryuk. How I did not see this coming actually hurts me. And it's so extremely amazing and beautifully written, and going back to my first point, set up. The show executed the finale better than I gave it any credit to. Because again, I thought it was gonna be just Lights yelling in the air like, oh, I did it, mwahahaha. But no, it just ends off with how it started. And that's one thing animes nowadays can't do. Look at how many episodes animes have now. What the fuck? I think that's why Death Note stands out amongst so many other animes, because it knew where to end, and it knew what it wanted to tell and where it wanted to stop, and it didn't have to bullshit around 1,000 more episodes unlike another show. I know a lot of you want me to go on about how good Light and L were so just well written and how everything wrapped up so well, but I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said. These two characters were made to be together on screen and made to headbutt each other like at every moment of the show. But yeah, honestly, the greatest 37 episodes of anime I've ever watched. Because they were the only episodes of anime I've ever watched. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks. I've been watching 37 episodes of anime. Yeah. Could you fuck off? I'm trying to record. Thank you.